Hey, what's up? This is the show where I review my whole Steam library. This game's 17 out of 700 something and the 5th out of 70 games that start with the letter D. Today's game is Dwarves, Glory, Death and Loot. Early access. A dwarf-themed auto-battle/management RPG game where you make up your own army to go fight hordes and hordes of orcs and other monsters. Played the game on a review copy and put in around 15 hours. When the game begins, you can choose your clan, which is just kind of different save slots. I took the Gem Cutters because I thought the name was cute. So as I said, the premise is you're a dwarf clan and you go recruit extra guys to go out and become strong and kill things. The core loop consists of choosing where to fight, receiving gold and item rewards, and then preparing for the next fight in the management section. That's most of the game. It can get quite addicting, but I'll say a little bit more about that later. Combat, if you can call it that, feels mostly nice. There are some instances where weird stuff happens sometimes, like me having the stay back formation or whatever it's called and the enemy outranging me. So I couldn't kill the guy and he couldn't me, so I had to just stall a couple minutes until he would randomly get in range and then immediately die. Other than that, I didn't encounter any significant bugs or the like. The menu design and layout are okay. Maneuvering through different menus was a little janky sometimes. I know where I wanted to go, but needed a couple clicks to find the right menu. After reaching certain milestones, you get gems, which you can spend in the skill tree. There's a bunch of different pathways to go down with many different bonuses to unlock. If you put in enough points in a certain pathway, you can unlock additional classes. For example, if you got 15 in Int and 15 in Dex, you get to have dwarf warlocks running around and fearing your enemies. For me, the skill tree and progression in general became pretty tedious in the later parts of the game. Progress felt very slow. Leveling up your guys, getting to the next big milestone and so on just took ages. Kind of felt like suffering through the more boring parts of the game to get to the interesting parts. There's this sort of breadcrumb system where you unlock more and more of the game after reaching certain stages. After a while you unlock the raid mechanic where you send your dwarves to fight ogres and dragons and stuff like that. This is cool for a little while until you realize you'll have to grind out the next 4 hours to be able to challenge that boss realistically. What did I like about the game? I enjoy these types of auto-battle games and I enjoy dwarves and fantasy, so this was a good match. The gameplay loop is satisfying and fun and can even be addictive. You might say things like, I'll just play one more run or one more fight and all of a sudden it's 3 AM and you have to go to sleep because work's tomorrow and yeah. Getting your first really powerful dwarf feels nice, getting good items feels nice, there's a good amount of content and customization possible. Different team comps and layouts and stuff for you to fiddle with and try out. Last point is not really about the game itself, but I appreciate the Steam art they put in there, I think it's cute. What did I not like? As much as the loop itself is interesting and good, the pacing, if you will, feels off. As I said, you get a nugget of niceness every once in a while, before you have to go back to the factory to slave for a couple hours to progress. That took a lot of the enjoyment out for me and it became kind of a chore. I think min-maxers, dwarf enthusiasts, auto-battle enjoyers will like this game probably. My closing thoughts are as follows. I think this needs some more time to cook, but as I said, it's still in early access and I can see the potential. The review might sound quite negative, but that's not the case. The gameplay itself is fun and I think if they just fiddle with some stuff, it can become really good. But as of right now, I would probably not spend $15 to buy it myself, but I would maybe consider it during a sale. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. For questions, compliments and complaints, send me an email. Good luck.